Welcome back to the Dargo Show. Today is an exciting day for me in Forza Horizon 5. This is the first time I think ever in a Horizon series that this car has been in the game. So we're going to hop into the festival playlist, which is where this car is at, to unlock this thing. As a Toyota fanboy and an owner of actual multiple of these Celicas right here, that's what I'm into. The 2003 Toyota Celica GTS, this one has a TRD kit on it. You need 45 points in the summer season to unlock this thing. I love these cars, obviously, since I've owned two of them. I think they're really fun little sports cars, and they were kind of Toyota's answer to the Integra and like the Type S and stuff. So they're very similar in their handling characteristics, same amount of power, about 180 to 200 horsepower, 6-speed manual. They're great little cars, and I'm really excited to unlock this and see if it's any good, and I'm kind of hoping that they give it the 2JZ. Now, owning one of these, I know it would not fit a 2JZ, but if that is in this car, it will be so fast because they don't weigh anything. So we're going to go through the summer season and unlock all the stuff necessary to get the 45 points for that car. And we'll check out the actual series rewards too. So this is Series 3 for January. And we get the Zenvo TS1. This is the original Zenvo, not the one with the like crazy dynamic wing. And the Ford Mustang from 1971. I think that's the Boss 302, maybe the Mach 1. We'll cover the other seasons as we get into them, but I am just super stoked about this Toyota. There are some other Toyotas, so I think we're finally getting most of the Toyotas that we deserved in this game. But we'll hop into some of these races and get everything unlocked so I can drive that Celica. Okay, I'm coming up on the finish line here of the final race I need to do in this championship to give me enough points to finally grab a Toyota Celica. I'm pretty excited for this car, not gonna lie. It took me about an hour and a half to get this done, so not too bad. The usual 45 points, and the events usually take about the same amount of time every season. Alright, here we go. So we got the 25 Bronco, which is what I'm driving now. Festival playlist, there we go, 46 out of 45 points. The 03 Celica. Oh boy, I can't wait to get in this thing. Okay, so here it is. The Celica SSI. These were called the SSIs in Japan and the GTSs in the US. I don't know what the deal is with the different naming scheme, but same car. So this one does have the TRD body kit on it. And as you can see, 187 horsepower, 133 foot-pounds of torque. It only weighs 2,500 pounds though. It's pretty light. Front-wheel drive, front-engined, so should be a good little hot hatch, I think. Maybe if we keep it in like B or C class. So that's what I'm going to try first, is doing like a B class road course. I also want to see what kind of engine swaps this has. If it has a 2J, we are definitely putting that in it and building the beans out of this thing to see how fast it can go. First though, I want to drive it stock to see if it's even like remotely similar to how mine is in real life. I hope it kind of sounds different than most other 4-cylinders. I don't expect it to. It does look pretty sick though. I do like how they look. All right, let's see this. Let's see this engine noise. Yep, that's very typical Forza Horizon 5 4-cylinder noise. Slightly tweaked. You know what? Kind of like the handling though. Feels pretty good. It actually has pretty good turn-in overall, which is surprising being a C-Class car. Not incredibly quick after third gear, which that's definitely reminiscent of my car. 1, 2, and 3 are great. 4, it kind of drops off. But it kind of has this nice lift-off oversteer characteristic, kind of like the Integra Type S and the Type Rs did. Where as long as you lift off and give it a little brakes, you can kind of get a 4-wheel skid going on them. So they're pretty entertaining. And let's see if they did it. Yep, okay, so weird thing with the Celicas. All of them said they have a 7800 red line. Except every single year has a different red line. My specific car has an 8300 red line, even though it says it's 7800. Just depends on the year you got. Some models had a lower, some had a higher. The models with the higher red line did have more power. So if you had a 7800 redline car, you actually may have had about 10 horsepower less than the 8300 redline cars. Just a little fun fact on these. It was kind of a weird thing that was unsaid by Toyota, but people definitely noticed it in the actual power figures. So let's go upgrade this thing and see what we can do with it. Another quick thing I want to test before we go and upgrade this is these cars had Toyota's version of VTEC. It was called VVT Li in these cars, and it kicked in at about 6,000 RPM. I doubt they'll implement that into this. We'll see if it makes the changeover like it does in the Hondas at 6,000. Nope. No changeover. That's kind of a bummer. The changeover in these cars is actually really aggressive, and even more so aggressive than VTEC, so I was really hoping they would implement that because it's one of the cool parts about this car. Okay, we're in the upgrades for this. I don't expect it to have a whole lot of body kit stuff. These didn't have a ton. It looks like it has a couple though. Oh my god. Okay, well, I was wrong. There was a ton of kits. Let's see if any of these actually look good. So that's the original Toyota one from 2003. This is the one that's on my car. Yep, that's something. Okay. We got Wings West. That's not horrible. Don't love it, though. I kind of like this one. This one's actually pretty decent. That's a chunky boy down there. Wow. And then, of course, the Forza one. Let's see what we got for wings. So this kit that's on it right now is the TRD kit. You could buy these from the factory with the TRD kit on them. This is the original wing that comes with the car factory, which is what I have. What? Why would you buy this? It's just got a weird, like, carbon fiber wrap on part of it only? Gross. Definitely not going to put that one on. This is okay. This might be the first mono stand wing I've ever... I don't even know what to call this. I've never seen this before in my life. That is so weird. Okay, we got another... This one looks... It basically looks like the standard wing, but has a little carbon fiber. I guess it's a little better, not much. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely tell this is an early 2000s car just by the kit that you can put on it. Like, all these are horrendous. There are so many wings. This car is like one of the best, or not best, but biggest selection of wings I've seen in this game. That's crazy. A ton of these are adjustable, too. Not a ton, but, I mean, more than just the Forza wing, so that's a plus, because, I mean, these kind of look better than the Forza wing. At least they're not weirdly multicolored. Huh. Okay, this car might have some potential. I'm surprised. Bumper, it's TRD bumper, stock bumper. The Razzie bumper, okay. And this kind of, yeah. I'm not really sure what the point of the Wings West kit is, because it looks almost identical to the TRD kit, but, you know, at least you got options. And, of course, we got a carbon fiber hood. This thing looks gnarly. And then another carbon fiber one, bolt vented, very nice. I actually kind of like... This one, a little bit much for me personally, but I kind of like this one. Might put that on there. And then, what do we got for side skirts? These are the original ones. Kamari, Kaminari? Yeah, not bad. Oh, what is going on here? Okay, don't love the Wings West. Trial kit, nice and clean, looks good. And the Razzie, relatively clean too. Let's check these engines though. If this has a 2J, that's going to be nuts. Okay, it's got 4 engine swaps, so chances are pretty high. 2-liter VVT, no surprise there. Turbo Rally, also not a surprise. Probably you're going to have the 6.2-liter. Oh, we do have it. We have the racing 3-liter i6, the 2JZ. That's incredible. Would it ever fit in this car? No. The engine bay is tiny. But I'm really good. Wait, racing V6? What is this? What is this out of? It's a 3.4-liter, so it came out of one of the trucks. But I don't know which one. Maybe the Baja truck? That's a weird engine choice. Huh. Although it might be pretty good in, like, A-Class. Because it's way, way lighter than the 2J. But doesn't sound like garbage like these two engines. So, I mean, it doesn't sound amazing, but it's... I'm so excited for this. Listen to that 2J. That is so weird coming out of a little tiny car like this. We will come back to this engine, though. I want to upgrade this thing just stock to see what kind of stuff we can get. I do want to put it in B-Class racing. So let's put a kit on this, upgrade it, and then we'll go take it racing. Quick side note in the tire upgrades, specifically the front tire width. Forza, I love your optimism here with putting 265 width tires on this car, but it just won't work. The absolute max you could put on these is like a 235, and you'd probably have to stretch the tire a bit. But it's cool, I guess. At least I'm going to get a decent amount of grip. See what we can do for rear tire. Same thing, 265. Love the optimism again, but there's no way you can put 265s on this without running a body kit. So we're currently sitting at the top of B class now with this thing upgraded, and I got 2,300 pounds, 245 horsepower, and 1.7 lateral Gs. The power figure might be kind of an issue, but it's going to handle really well. So I'll probably just do some circuit races with it and see how it does. I also have to make sure I paint this the color that mine is, which is the blue color. The blue colored cars are actually some of the rarer cars too. The blue and I believe the yellow were the rare ones, but like yellow is something else. Definitely not my cup of tea for colors, but essentially if I were to build a Celica minus the ridiculous rear wing, this is kind of what it would look like. Okay, here we are in the first race with the Toyota Celica. I did a little bit of tuning on this, not a ton. So we'll see how it does. Okay, launch, it struggles a little bit, but it doesn't wheel spin too much. This car doesn't have a ton of torque low down in the RPM range, so you really gotta rev it out to get anything. You know, the most interesting mix of cars. We got classic muscle, we got new little hot hatches, we got old race cars, we got a Unimog in here. What a weird selection. Anyways, how's this car to drive? Well, it doesn't do anything above 100 miles an hour like it does normally. I don't think the downforce was the play here. Probably need to take that off in order for this car to be fast. We'll see how it does in the corners. Okay, cornering feels pretty nice actually. It grips like crazy. To be fair, I did upgrade the tires a lot and give it downforce, so that would make sense. But overall, I mean, it's a pretty fun car to drive. It still has the nice handling characteristics that it did originally, where you can kind of lift off, oversteer it like that. Get a little drifting in. Why is this Unimog so fast? This thing is terrifying to be next to. This car is not very big, and that, I think, weighs 10,000 pounds, maybe 13. So, you know, 5 of my cars. Not a big deal, oh my god, kind of a big deal, almost killed me. Anyways, what a good little car. This thing is going to be nuts with the 2J in it, because this original engine, the 2ZZ, just doesn't have a lot of power. I mean, it has good power for its size. It's a 1.8 liter with almost 190 horsepower stock, but the torque is what really hurts this thing. And you have to rev it way out, like all the way to redline every single time to get max power. So it is a fun daily car. It probably would be fun on a track. But as far as being super competitive, not really. Although we're getting up there in places. Well, good news, we did take first place. Car's not too bad, but I don't think B class is where it's gonna shine. I think putting a 2J in it and maybe making it all-wheel drive, that's gonna be an interesting thing. Okay, so we're gonna leave body mods as they are. Downforce is definitely gonna be useful when we have way more power. We're gonna really want to get better tires. I think I'm even gonna go racing slicks. Yeah, we're gonna do racing slicks. I think I'm gonna need them. Definitely gonna keep the 265s. Go over here. We're gonna grab some all-wheel drive because it's gonna need it. Oh, you can make it rear-wheel drive too. A drift Celica, that would be a thing. Okay, do that. Go over here, grab the 2J. I also want to do a build with this V6 at some point. Maybe we'll do that in one of my later challenges, but for now, we're going to do the 2J and see how much power we can realistically run. I think the max is 1,370. Find out here in a second. 1,270. Ooh, it's getting a lot of weight. Let me go see if I can reduce the weight on it. I think I can. Yes, I can. Not by a lot. Okay, so it's 2,500 pounds. Still really light for having nearly 1,300 horsepower and 900 foot-pounds of torque. That is not bad. And we added all-wheel drive, so that's crazy light, actually. I also want to check if a cage actually improves my handling. Oh, it does. Better acceleration, better launch. And Yeah, that's okay. That's worth it. Nice. It's not always worth to put a cage in here, but it's good to see that it is in this one. And I think I need max brakes. Yeah, there we go. That is insane. This is an S2 958, the way it's set up. That is so far into S2. I don't think it's going to be a good S2 car by any means, but it might be kind of entertaining. This would probably be better as like an S1 build. Okay, here we go. First race. We'll see how this does. I have not driven this since I put the tune on it. I have no idea what it's going to do. That's kind of part of the fun. Okay, okay. Jesus, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, so it's fast. It's super squirrely in first and second gear, but probably not as scary as this Range Rover that I almost hit. Yeah, we are cruising. The AI is just going off everywhere. This is insane. Look at this thing go. It mobs. It actually, like, grips shockingly well. It has, like, 500 pounds of downforce. And, yeah, racing slicks obviously still gets a little squirrely, which makes it very entertaining. But once you get to, like, 150 miles an hour, this thing is pretty solid. I am very surprised. How are the brakes? Brakes are not... They don't really keep up with the speed, we'll say that. Which sometimes the tires don't either. This car is sufficiently crazy though, I love it. Sounds cool, looks very JDM, that's for sure. I might be the only one, but I think the Celicas look better than the Integras of the time. Or I guess it was the Acura RSXs when these things were around. Okay, the brakes are really not great. That was a big issue. What a thing to drive, though. Okay, slow down, slow down, slow down. No, okay, nope, we're not going to slow down. We're just going to spin off in the weeds and cook all 4 tires for like 5 minutes. Nice. Supposedly this is a top speed of 250. I probably could make it go faster, honestly, if I adjusted gearing. But I don't know that I really need to go faster than that. Because that's pretty fast in a little hot hatch. Whoa. It is so squirrely, it's nuts. Whoa. Basically, it tries to kill you every time you put the power on and go above 7,000 RPM. Makes for an interesting drive. Oh no. Okay, I need to pay attention better. Whoops. With the amount of power this car has, it kind of feels like driving an old F1 car. You can accelerate really, really quickly, but then you try to stop or turn, and it just doesn't really do it. This is a little better than those, though, because it does have downforce, so at high speed it turns okay. But low speed corners are a big sketchy scenario. That is the 03 Toyota Celica SSI. This is a super fun car to build and drive. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with it. I wasn't expecting it to have a whole ton of body kits and a whole ton of engine upgrades. I thought they were going to kind of cheese on it and just not put that much into it. But this is a great car to get. I mean, you could put this in basically any class you wanted. I haven't taken it off-road, so I don't know if it's a good off-road car, but it's got some good engine swaps and every option ever, so you could probably use this for a lot of different stuff. And if you're like me and love these cars, then it is great to get. And it only takes about an hour and a half to pick one up, so definitely check these out. And if you guys enjoy this content, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I do a lot of these videos covering these festival cars and challenge videos, which I will be doing later on with this car specifically. Maybe we're racing this against either Acura RSX or maybe a Type R and see how they compare to each other, stock and then upgraded. So if you guys want to see that, stay tuned and I'll see you in the next one.